Hi guys, welcome back to my garden. My name is Seema, I live in Zone 6A, and today I want to give you a little short overview of how to maintain your beginner garden. First, we want to water. Second, we want to mulch. Third, we want to prune. Fourth, we want to fertilize. And the fifth most important thing that you can do for your garden. Wait until the end to reveal what that thing is. So first, obviously, we want to water our gardens. Well, when do you water? Do you water every day? Do you water every other day? When do I water? Basically, look at your ground. Touch it, feel it. If your ground is cracking, that's a pretty good sign that you need to water. Please try not to get it to that point because plants go under a lot of stress if they get too dry or if they get too wet. So don't soak them or create a swamp around them. So let's water my garden because these plants need some water. You can tell these plants need waters because when I pull away the mulch, it's quite dark, but it is not as moist as I want it. So let's water this garden. The second thing that I mentioned is mulch. I just recently became a fan of it, and I think every beginner gardener should add this little element to their garden because not only does the mulch protect the soil, it over time adds fertilization as the mulch breaks down, and it regulates the moisture level for your plants. What type of mulch is best mulch? I am actually experimenting that on my own. I am trying straw mulch and pine mulch. Here I have pine mulch. I laid a pretty good layer and it was cheaper than the straw mulch, and you want to get the clean straw mulch without any weed seeds or anything like that, and that makes it kind of more expensive. But pine mulch does not break down as fast, but it is cheaper. However, I am running an experiment on this, so stay tuned to find out which mulch wins. Here's a good example with my tomatoes here. It covers the ground, the tomatoes like it, ground is not exposed, so if it's scorching hot, it doesn't dry out the ground right away, or if it's downpouring rain, there's no mud splashing on your tomato leaves or any leaves in that sort. So if you have a chance to mulch, I advise you to do that. There's multiple different mulches that you can do. You can do grass clippings, you can do dry leaves, you can do compost, you can do big wood chips, small wood chips, pine chips, fine, medium, large, straw mulch, anything really. So look what you have in your area and mulch your garden. Now on number 3, and it is pruning time. No, you do not need any special pruning equipment, although it's nice to have some. I don't. I have scissors. Very stainless steel china. There you go. Probably been in the family for multiple generations now. Anyways, you don't only prune your tomatoes like it's a popular thing that you can do is prune your tomatoes, and there's like arguments going on. Whatever. You don't have to prune your tomatoes. However, on my end, I do, because look at that. That is quite crowded, and if I don't want fungus, mold, or anything like that, I need to prune. So let me show you what I actually do. Okay, let's take this tomato here as an example. As you can see, it is tied down pretty good. As you can see, it has kind of 3 main stems that are going up. And honestly, if you were a conservative pruner, you do not want that. You only want 1 stem. However, I'm not like that. I want my tomatoes to go just a bit wild, but not too wild. So I am gonna look at this stem here, and you see that this is a leaf, and right in the middle here, there's this guy that can be another main stem. So what I'm gonna do is, because this is so small, I'm just gonna go bend forward and it just pops off just like this. Another thing that I prune are bottom leaves. So I look at the bottom here, and the bottom leaves, I just prune. Anything that's kind of taken up air circulations, I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Let's prune this garden bed. All right, I think that bed looks so much better. And no, it's not only tomatoes that you prune. You can prune literally anything. Let's prune that bed with my zucchinis. And that looks much better. My plants are healthier. There's air circulation. Pollinators are able to get to the flowers and pollinate them. So you can literally prune anything you want. It doesn't have to be tomatoes. It doesn't have to be just zucchini. I prune my brassicas. I prune my cucumbers. If you're interested how I do that for information, please comment down below and I will shoot another video on that. For fertilization, I like this specific tool. This is from Petra Tools. It is 4-gallon sprayer. Basically what you do is you charge it and then it is good to go. It does not need to be plugged in. And I like how fine the mist comes out of it. Something that I like to fertilize with is fish fertilizer. It's also called fish emulsion, and or warm concentrate, warm tea concentrate it's called. It's vermicomposting, anything like that. I like the wet fertilization better than dry because I have chickens over here and they can scratch things up and that fertilizer just gets loose. So I prefer the liquid fertilizer. So what we're gonna do first, on both ends here, it comes with a measuring cup and then it comes with a mesh. So you measure out how much of your fertilizer you need per 4 gallons, put it in here, pour it in here, and then fertilize away. So while this is filling up, I know you might be asking, do I need to fertilize? What's the purpose of fertilization? Well, for me personally, since I'm in a raised garden bed and on a gravel pad, the soil can run out of nutrients quite fast, especially since I'm growing so many plants in it. It's always nice to feed your plants and feed them in the most natural way, which I like. Warm tea, warm compost, vermicompost is also called. Fish emulsions, compost, anything like that without any chemicals or, nasty things. So I'm gonna fill this up and I'm gonna spray some plants. Now that my garden is watered, mulched, pruned, fertilized, what is that fifth and most important thing that every gardener, not just the beginner, should do for their garden to flourish? The most important thing that every gardener should do in their garden is be present. Be present in your garden, visit your garden, take care of it. Because believe it or not, your garden needs you. A garden needs a gardener. Walk around. You see that girl right there? That girl can do some big damage if I'm not here, if I'm not around, and if I'm not protecting my garden, If I let some pests take over, they can easily take over the whole entire growing space. All of the hard work will just be gone. It will just vanish. So be present in your garden. Be a gardener. Water your garden, mulch your garden, prune your plants, fertilize your garden, and be a gardener. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you're not already subscribed, please do that now. It shows me that you support this channel, that you like the content. If you'd like to connect with me, check out the links down below. All right, guys, have a great night, and I'll see you on this next upcoming garden tour. Bye.